Hi guys, when an asylum seeker, refugee or foreigner in general commits a crime, Reform UK as a party jump on it and weaponise it to the nth degree. But when it's a local white boy, well, they're silent on the issue. And this point was raised with a Reform UK councillor and it didn't go well.
I think people don't want answers about the local white boy who's done this that you are unaware of.
Because it's not known. If I don't know about it, how am I supposed to have an opinion on it or be able to ask questions? I don't have an answer to that. I'm trying my hardest to bring community cohesion. I've been overwhelmed with the contacts I've had from people within Falkirk. And, you know, there is a true unrest and it's scary. It's scary as a local resident, somebody who's born and bred here. I shouldn't have said that.
Well, yeah. Do you see why this is people sometimes think that Reform are very much against having people here?
It just came out just...
That's unfortunate for you, I guess, but ultimately, do you see why people who aren't from here, who have maybe made their home here, are annoyed when they hear an elected official say that people are born and bred here?
So what the problem with this interview is the right-wing commentators are jumping on this saying, oh, this poor woman is being humiliated because she said I was born and bred here. No, the point is that the rapist, the man who carried out the assault, was born and bred in Scotland. And her talking points are only for foreigners, are only for asylum seekers and refugees, or illegal immigrants as they like to describe them as. So she has to respond with, you know, as someone who was born and bred here, I'm concerned about these people coming in, committing these crimes. Oh, wait a minute, it wasn't a foreigner. It was a local guy. So the talking points didn't really work here. They broke down and she realised that the talking points were completely useless or counterproductive as she was saying them. And of course, there's another dimension. If she's saying, as someone who's born and bred here, I'm concerned about what's happening. Yes, but people who have come in are also concerned. You know, a local white boy committed this crime. I don't know who the victim was, but potentially he could have committed a crime against an asylum seeker or a refugee or a foreigner. We don't know. So you don't have to be born and bred to be concerned. That's one point. But remember, this is Reform UK attempting to weaponize. Once again, if this had been an asylum seeker or refugee, she would have known all the details. She would have known everything about this individual. And of course, she would have said, what we need to do is we need to put Nigel Farage in charge as Prime Minister. We need to deport these people. We need to lock them up. We need to close the borders. Keir Starmer needs to resign or something like that. Or the Scottish Government aren't doing enough. The SNP need to be replaced by Reform or something like that. So she would have had her talking point. She would have known all the details and she would have attacked this as a Reform UK councillor or MP would do. But she couldn't because she doesn't care. Or maybe I'm being less than generous here. She doesn't know. Why does she not know? Because Reform UK don't care. If it's a local white boy commits a crime, they don't care. If it's an asylum seeker, then they'll jump on it and they'll weaponize it. The sad thing is that people will vote for Reform UK, thinking that they care about women, girls, victims. They'll vote for them because they think they care about the working class, that they care about law and order. They don't. There is a perfect example of it. You know, she had her talking points. I was born and bred here and I'm concerned about all these people coming in, committing these crimes. But the whole thing fell apart when the person committing the crime was born and bred in Scotland. A local white boy. They need to be called out. Sometimes they call themselves out, like in this interview. But people like Nigel Farage need to be held to account. Unfortunately, this video is probably not going to be seen by many people because this person is not famous. If this had been Nigel Farage or Richard Tice or Lee Anderson, it'd be a different story. But this is what's running through Reform UK. As they say, like Blackpool through a stick of rock. This is the feeling within Reform UK. Foreigners, if they commit a crime, we jump on that and we weaponize it. If it's a local boy, we ignore it. And that's concerning. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. I'll see you in the next video.